There's some people who are natural born marketers. They just seem to have that instinctive advantage to be able to say and do the right thing at the right time to bring people over. Think of Steve Jobs, Barnum and Bailey, even Elon Musk. They all have that something, that intangible. Would you like to learn how to get it? Would you like to learn the secret that they know and you don't? Huh. Well, stick around because we're going to talk about that because marketing matters. Hello, my name is Bill Arnold, and I am president of Prevail Marketing. And every single day, we deliver you a video to try to help you grow your business through better sales and marketing. We try to give you ideas, techniques, and concepts that sometimes can spark that light, flip that switch, and get you to see the world in a different way, to do campaigns you never thought were possible, to get phenomenal results. The only thing I ask of you is three things. Please like, please follow, and subscribe. Actually, that's 2.5 because follow and subscribe are sort of the same thing, aren't they? So let me add a third then. Please go to prevailmarketing.com and check us out. Love to get your feedback. Love to hear what you think. So let's talk about that intangible. Let's talk about that special it factor. What is it? What do they have? Well, I'll tell you what it isn't to start with. It's not, they don't come to you with reels and reels of facts and statistics and arguments to bolster their point. No, they create an experience. They create a mood. They are storytellers at the basic level. Think when Elon Musk had that bowling ball, whatever it was, he threw it at his truck and it broke the window. Did that even faze him? No. He just made it part of the act. And that's what you need to do. You need to become natural storytellers because you know, in a secret, form over substance can win clients. I know that sounds outrageous. I know that sounds, oh my God, how could you possibly say that? I thought you were a data-driven marketer who basically based everything on solid practical evidence. Well, of course I am. But that doesn't mean I don't understand and value and cherish and utilize great storytelling because only 30% of what you're communicating should be facts, but should be woven together in a way that crafts a story, that makes it compelling, that I want to listen to, that I want to pay attention to. Because when you do that, you'll remember. You'll remember what I'm saying. You're not going to remember statistics tomorrow. Here's two that you're going to forget. I promise you. A good story is 22 times more memorable than facts alone. Only 5% of the audience can recall the statistics. 63% remember the essence of a story. And you know when I learned that? You know when I learned that fact for the very first time? Was it in a college class when I was taking marketing courses? Nah. It was a general life lessons. Sitting my high school graduation. Whoever the person was who was speaking, I don't even recall that actually at the moment. He said, you're not going to remember a single fact I told you tonight. You just remember the experience, what we created, the mood that was here, and how you felt. And that's last me forever. And that's what you want to craft. That's what you want to get. And I'm going to give you some case in points, some stories, in fact, that'll help you remember it. Back in about, about 1985, 1984, 85 time frame, there were two mega giant oil companies, Pennzoil and Texaco. They were the companies. They were the 800 and 1,200 pound gorillas, respectively. And they were going to get a deal with everyone. One was going to buy the other. And Texaco, rather than buying Pennzoil, decided they were going to go with Getty Oil, sell to Getty Oil. And a long, litigious litigation ensued. Brutal. I mean, they had the best of the best on both sides, the best lawyers, and spent years of discovery. And had a 1.5-year trial where Texaco would give fact after fact after fact. Pennzoil crafted stories, told stories. And at the end of that 1.5 years, everyone thought, hey, this is going to go for another year for just deliberations. Everyone just buckle up. You're not going to see your families forever. Because obviously, just to sift through the facts, just to sift through that basic evidence, is going to take you months and months and months and months. You know how long that deliberation was? 1 hour. Now, it is impossible for them to review the facts in 1 hour. Can't be done. Won't happen. But what did happen was every one of those jurors came back with that same feeling, that same belief. They listened to the story being told, and they liked the story. They liked the story that's being told. And Pennzoil won $11.1 billion. And back in 1985, that was unheard of. So, that's one evidence of the power of the story. But I'm going to give you something else. Give it to one of my heroes. I don't have many heroes in life, but Dr. Robert Cialdini is absolutely one of those. Because he wrote the most prominent book on influencers and marketing. And I actually attended a online conference today, and where they pointed out that in 2022, some of the top entrepreneurs in the world, Warren Buffett, Mark Cuban, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, to name a few, all were asked one question. What is the best business book of all time? Now, I mean, there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of business books. Some of these people even wrote. But they all pointed to the same book, Psychology of Influence by Dr. Robert Cialdini. Because that book, and they're wrong about something. What they're wrong about, that's not just the best business book, that's the best book on human interactions that you could ever buy. If you want to understand and motivate and get people to yes, whether in business or in life, buy the book. If I had $1 for every time I recommended that book to somebody, I'd have as much money as Jeff Bezos. I swear. Because that's how much I believe in that book and some of the others that he wrote. And they're all based on studies and facts, evidence, but they're great stories to tell. Back in 2008, there was a major hotel chain who really wanted to do better for the environment and also save a ton of money. And they realized that every single day, their maid staff would take these towels that were used once, wash them, and replace them. It was costing lots of money and using lots of water. So they wanted to figure out how to change that scenario, how to get people to use them more than once. Because do you wash your towel every time at home? You have to use it once? I don't think so. And they wanted people, just if they're staying 4 or 5 days, maybe use it a couple days. Unless it's really dirty, you know what? Keep it. Save some money. So they started to do an appeal. They said, hey, look, let's save the environment. The big picture. The big evidence. Let's save the environment. Do your part. And only about 35% of the people did their part. The rest, nah, they weren't that interested. So, Dr. Cialdini said, okay, let's figure this out. Let's do some tests. Let's figure out how we can make it valuable to them. Let's use social proof to accomplish that. What's social proof? Social proof is one of the 7 laws of influence. It's taking shortcuts. If everyone else is thinking the same way, for example, social proof could be, Google reviews. If you want to go to a restaurant and you don't know, you're new in town, you see a Google review saying this is the best restaurant in town, you're more likely to be influenced by that and go there because you don't know the person who put it out there, but you're trusting their shorthand. You're taking that shortcut. So they wanted to hope that everyone else was doing this. Majority of people were saving, helping the environment. You're doing something for the greater good. Maybe you'll do it too. They didn't do it with just the environment. But when the messaging was changed to join our other guest, there was about a 30% uptick in the people doing it. Good, but not best. So marketing is a game of inches. Marketing is a game of small improvements in messaging and wording and crafting a story that is told differently to make incremental improvements. Sometimes it's 2-3% that can change the stars of a company. When you talk 30 or 40%, man, you hit a home run, even though it may not seem significant at the time. So he crafted a different story. He took a little liberty. He said, everybody in this particular room, not in the whole hotel, not in the hotel across the street, but in this particular room, 75% of them, that wasn't true actually, but 75% of them used their towel multiple times to help save the environment. And that increase from just having saved the environment was increased by 40%. That's the power of messaging. That's the power of social proof. And that's the power of crafting a story that people will be compelled to listen to. So what's the takeaway from this? What's the actionable items? First off, personalize the benefits. What do I mean by that? You know, if you're working for a company, you have two things that are going to motivate you. What's best for the company and what's best for me. And if they divergent, you're going to do what's best for you. For example, if I came across a program today that used AI that would eliminate my job but make my company rich, that's my company, so I probably would do it. But let's say it was an employee, I wouldn't show upper management because I'd be out of a job. So you got to show the value to that middle management. Show the value to the gatekeeper. Show the value to everybody personally, even the C-suite CEO, the value to them personally, as well as the value to the company. Because if they don't see the value to them, even though it's great for the company, they may not do it. How do you go about doing that? Well, I don't believe in making things up, even for the point of trying to get things home. I was troubled actually when I heard that they said 75% because to me, that wasn't accurate. But you need to be accurate, you need to be truthful, you need to be honest. So you have to craft that story. For example, how could I get to a point where I say that as a middle manager, you're going to reap benefits and accolades if you do this? Because we do our homework. I've always talked about buyer personas, how in the beginning you do this deep dive, interviewing layers of people, new opportunities that are closed lost opportunities, talking to the stakeholders. So I talked about that. But it should not end, and it doesn't for us, once that initial stage is done. Every quarter, we ask the salespeople of our client, who should we talk to that might have a good story? Who might be out there that can give us some more insights that we don't understand, what their pain points, interests, concerns, the benefits they're looking for, where they go for information, education, entertainment. And they list them out, and we talk to them. And it's amazing what happens if you sit back and listen. Truly listen. Yes, we have a formula we talk to them about, and we will elicit the information if they don't offer it. But they will talk about their experience and how they were hesitant. And maybe they'll come across and say, hey, look, once I did this, we always ask the question, what happened when you present to management? What was the recognition you received? What was the reward you received? How will you benefit from it? We ask those questions specifically. Because if we get answers such as, I received tremendous accolades, I was given a bonus, I was whatever, that only now becomes a case study, becomes part of the messaging that we can honestly and truthfully share. This is the benefit to you. Make the benefits personal and also the benefits of the company. It can't just be the benefits of the company. Take that away, number one. Number two, the takeaway you have to have from this is small changes reap big effects. I mean, we talked about the small changes that Dr. Robert Cialdini did in the environmental case. But I've done the same thing on messaging a landing page, just changing the H1 and H2 tags, just changing that, nothing else. Not the layout, not the CTA, not the imagery, just changing H1 and H2 tags. A/B testing them. I've got conversion rates increased over 10%. That's huge. That's significant. And that's what you need to be doing. Look at the small changes. Yes, you're going to get walk-off grand slam home runs in your career. Relish them, enjoy them, cherish them. They're few and far between. But what you're going to get in your career are these incremental changes that add up and add up and add up. And all of a sudden, the changes and impact on that client your company will be huge, will be demonstrative. That's where you need to be. That's what you want to be. So, the telltale thing is tell stories. Make it interesting. Make it personal for the benefits and also personal benefits of the company. And don't be afraid of just pursuing those small changes, but measure them. There you go. 15 minutes into it, I think we've had enough. If you like this, if you found it valuable, please like, subscribe, and follow. And tomorrow night, please join us. We love having you here. Appreciate your time.